In advocating for Shawn Rodriguez and others similarly affected and negatively impacted by the natural and probable consequences doctrine, which in my view is legalized wrongful conviction, potentially and likely, our role as citizens and as to people who care about how our government treats our citizens, we should all champion reforms that align criminal liability with individual intent and individual action. We shouldn't go punishing people for things others did. That's fundamentally unjust to do. We must endeavor to ensure that our legal practices and doctrines don't just punish people, but do so with an eye towards the proportional responsibility of the individual, the mitigating factors. What could the state do to prevent these crimes in the future? We need to act smarter. Keep in mind, Shawn participated in a robbery while he was a homeless teenager with no family who had been raised by the state. He was an orphan who stole. And look at what our government did to him. Nobody was physically harmed. The only victim has repeatedly advocated for Shawn's relief. Jurors have advocated for Shawn's relief. And yet he still remains in prison for a kidnapping he did not do and a conspiracy to commit murder he is not guilty of himself. No one was even murdered, and he's been in prison for over 21 years. So let us commit to a reinvigorated examination of doctrines like the natural and probable consequences doctrine. Let us ensure that our legal system remains a beacon of true and balanced justice, where the scales are tipped not by association, like Shawn associating with Anna Rugg, but by the weight of intention and action done at the individual level of analysis. In doing so, we uphold the principles of justice that are foundational to our legal system and crucial for the protection of our individual rights. We've had this thing in America for decades now, where if you agree to participate in the smallest, minorest little crime, anything that anyone else does that you cannot predict and don't participate in also becomes your responsibility. It was a way of punishing people excessively for the most minor of crimes. And the good old days of the Wild Wild West cowboys managing our justice system that way are over, because that's wrong and unfair, and it needs to stop. We all should be held responsible for our own intentions and our own actions, period, not those of other people. #HelpFreeShawn. Bye.